Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching. Today's video, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be doing a story time video. This is about the time that my house got robbed, and it wasn't even that far away. Today's date, like right now as I'm filming, is the September 2nd, and my house was robbed August 4th. So it's still pretty fresh. I remember literally everything that happened. So yeah, and the reason why I'm not wearing makeup is because it's like 11:30 o'clock at night. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure I'll probably cry. I hope I don't cry, but you know. Okay, so August 4th was a Friday, and I was not home because my school has this thing where it's like a spirit video, so everybody that's in a club or an activity, or pretty much anyone can come in general that goes to that high school, will come and you cheer on, and they film video and they'll show it at the welcome back assembly. So I was there since I think 8 o'clock, and I got home at 12. Now I think everything ended at like 11:20, and my mom had to leave to go to work by 11:30, so she was at home. And yeah, so when it pretty much ended, I had taken, well, on the way there I had taken my friend because he lives literally like 3 minutes away from me, and he was going to the video thing also, so I just gave him a ride. And we're there, everything, you know, they record, and then when it was all done, I think it ended at around 11, and what's it called, so yes, we were on our way to leave, and then some girls that are part of dance team, which is my club, I'm part of dance team, so some of my teammates were like, oh my god, Ash, because I drive, they're like, oh my god, Ash, can you give us a ride to Starbucks? I kid you not, there was probably like 6 girls in my little 5-seater car, and plus the guy that I had took, so I had taken them to Starbucks, and then I was gonna drop off my other friend. He was like, I don't want to go home, la-di-da-da, I want a freaking Slurpee. So then I had to go to 7-Eleven. We got Slurpees. I think I got something else, but we pretty much went to 7-Eleven, and I had a job application to what's it called, to take to the store that I was applying to. And the day before, I was gonna leave it at my house so that I could come back to my house to just pick it up, but my mom had decided that I should take it with me so that I don't have to go back and forth. So then he had came with me to drop off the application as well, and the store that I applied to is closer to my house, and then so I had to go back where he lives, because he lives like down the main street that I live on. And so I had literally went from the school to Starbucks, and then I went all the way down to 7-Eleven, and I live by a 7-Eleven, and then I had to go to the place that I applied to, and then go all the way back and drop him off, and then come all the way back to where I lived. And when I pulled in the driveway, I noticed that like my side gate was completely open. I like was looking in the back, and all of the back doors to my house were open, and I was like, my heart had dropped. Like, I was so scared, like I didn't know what was happening. And then so I unlocked the door and everything, and my brother was literally on the couch sleeping. My brother is such a heavy sleeper. He will sleep any time of the day, and if you really don't wake him up, he could probably sleep till like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And so he was asleep, and so I finally felt relieved because there was someone in the house. So I didn't think that anything would like happen. I didn't think anything of it because he was there. So I started waking him up. I was like, Adrian, like, that's my brother's name, Adrian. I was like, Adrian, did you go to the back or anything? Because sometimes he likes to go back there, and he'll just, in my backyard, and he'll just relax on the couch back there. And he was like, what? Like, he was so lost. And I was just like, Adrian, like, come on, like, you know, I'm waking him up. He's totally out. I'm like, did you, like, I start, like, kind of yelling. I'm like, did you go to the back? Like, he's like, no, like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then so I go in my room and everything is ransacked. Literally all of my jewelry is just completely gone. Everything's dropped on the floor. They had opened my closet. They had taken shoes out from the top and they were throwing it. They even stole my school backpack that I had bought in. They, like, took out all of my school supplies, threw it on my bed, and they put, like, most of the things that they took. They took some of my makeup. They took my laptop. And then they had went... Okay, so they had came through our shower window. And our shower window is literally, like, this big. Like, the height is this, and it's... No, you can't tell. But it's, like, it's small. So... And I was just freaking out, and I had, like, was yelling at my brother. He was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, we've just been robbed! I was like, and you slept through the entire thing. I wasn't, I don't know what I was, but I was just so shocked that someone could rob our house, and him just nonchalantly sleeping, like, you know, he's sleeping on the couch and he doesn't hear anything. Like, how does that happen? And so I go to my mom's room. They opened, like, the top cabinets of her closet, and they had taken her jewelry box, but smart thing that she just uses it for, like, a display. She doesn't really own, like, expensive jewelry, so they really didn't get anything out of that. But they took her laptop. They took so the day before, my brother actually got in trouble, and he wasn't allowed to, like, go in his room and she had taken all of his electronics. So all of his electronics were in her room, and pretty much his phone got stolen, his iPad. Surprisingly, they didn't take his laptop because, like, some clothes were on top of that, but they took her laptop. They took my little sister's iPad as well. They took, like, a purse that my aunt had left. I can't even think of every single thing that they took, but I was so shocked, and I called my mom, and I was like, Mom, like, did you take any of my stuff? Because sometimes she will go into my room, like, not to the extent, like, where she'll ransack it, but, like, she'll go to my room and she'll take jewelry because, like, she wants to give it to her friend. Not to give it, but, like, maybe her friend needed to borrow something. She'll just be like, oh, yeah, take some of Ashley's things or whatever, which I don't mind, but I was just calling her, like, to make sure, like, I wasn't gonna, like, freak out. And she was like, what? Like, I'm at work. I just got to work. Oh, so when I got home, it was 12 o'clock. So she had left at 11:30, and I had gotten home by 12. So all this happened within, like, 30, 25, whatever minutes. Almost like 25 minutes, because they had left once I got there. So, yeah, so then I called her, and I was like, Mom, did you take my stuff? And she was like, no, like, I didn't take anything, like, I'm at work, whatever. And then, like, I just start crying, which I'm about to cry right now. And I'm like, oh my God, Mom, like, our house has been robbed, like, you know? And she was just like, she thought I was playing a prank on her. And she was like, are you serious, Ashley? Like, don't play like that. And I'm like, no, I'm serious. Like, our house got robbed. And she was like, oh my God, I'm gonna leave, like, work right now. Like, are you sure? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, call 911, blah, blah, blah. And then so I call 911. I have to explain everything, you know, tell them where I live, tell them what had happened. And then, you know, I have to wake up my brother, like, completely wake him up. And we had to, like, go outside and stay and wait for them, because we still, at this point, I don't know who's in the house or anything. And yeah, so I was crying so much. Like, you have no idea how much I was crying. Like, so many things could have happened, like, between those time periods. Like, you know, I truly, oh my God, I'm gonna cry, but I truly believe that God has placed, like, certain people or certain actions or events in my life so that He can protect me or whoever you know, in this life from something like this happening. You know, thank God my brother didn't wake up during the robbery, because something could have happened. I'm so glad that he is okay and nothing happened to him. Like, although everything is like materialistic, like you can replace it, it was just like the idea of someone like coming into your home and like just taking whatever they wanted. It was honestly really scary for me. It was the first like traumatizing thing that happened to me. I've never been so scared in my life. I still to this day don't feel safe in my home. And yeah, I had to, pretty much, I couldn't even stay there the next, like not even the next day. That day I like slept over my grandparents' house. I was there for a couple days. Yeah, I can't even explain it. And the next week was my birthday, so this happened on a Friday, and the next Saturday was going to be my birthday party. I was throwing a party, so it was just all happening all at once, like so many things. And so that day we had gotten like a security system and everything, so every time you open a door or literally slide a window or anything, stupid AC. Pretty much anything that you do in my house, it will alert everyone. If someone does rob our house again, it will contact my mom, then it'll contact like, you know, one of my aunts and stuff to notify them, or it'll call the cops like within 2 minutes. And so yeah, it was just so crazy, because I think like, you know, what if my friends didn't like ask me to take them to Starbucks? What if my friend didn't, you know, want a damn Slurpee? Like, what if I didn't have to take my job application? Or what if I had left it at my house, then went back to go get it? Like, you know, those events had stopped me from walking in on the robbery. And like, just looking back at it, I'm really grateful that nothing happened, like to the point where someone was injured or anything. So yeah, it's really sad. But now, you know, you kind of just have to look at life in a much brighter light and be grateful for all the things that didn't happen, for what did happen. Like, yeah, I did get robbed. Yeah, my laptop got stolen, my makeup and jewelry got stolen, you know, my backpack from school was stolen, but, you know, then I got birthday money and I got an even better backpack. So that's a much better way of thinking of it. I always try to think of just, you know, the bigger picture, although this negative thing happened, you want to try to look at the positive side. I always try to remind myself that that pretty much anything can happen, and yeah, I try to remind myself that there's much more good in my life than there are bad. Like, I was robbed, but the next weekend was my birthday. I had a birthday party. I was able to the only reason why I threw a birthday party was to make money, because I didn't have enough money to go school shopping, and I made so much more than what I even thought I was going to make, and I was able to replace not some of those things, but I was able to get a better backpack. I was able to get you know, more clothes to wear to school. It's just, you know, there is a bad thing, but there is also a good thing, and to me, those good things just not weigh out. They don't balance out either. They're worth more than what something bad has happened. So yeah guys, that was my first storytime video of my house being robbed. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys got to kind of know me on a more personal level, and if you guys want me to do a couple more storytime videos, then I would love to do them. Felt like this was a better way to really connect with you guys, so you guys could get to know me a little bit more. So yeah, thank you for watching.